مشاهدينا الكرام، أهلا وسهلا بكم بحلقة جديدة ومميزة من برنامجكم الوطني رواد الأعمال. وكما عودناكم في كل حلقة أن نستضيف رجلا مميزا، ومن زاوية سبيشال بزنس مان رحبوا معي بمستر نيك بي Earles, the Managing Director of Kingstar Insurance Agencies LLC and Chief Agent for LIC International. It's an honor to have you, Mr. Nick.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome.
We hope to see you every time in this way. So, Mr. Nick, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started your own business here in United Arab Emirates.
Well, I was brought here from France, from Monte Carlo in France, where I was working in a bank.
Yeah.
And one of my clients, who happened to be coming to Dubai, having bought some marine equipment, wanted me to come with him because I supposedly had financial experience. Well, that wasn't true. I was a cashier at the desk, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we came to Dubai in '76, end of '75, '76, and with two barges began what was called in those days a lightering operation for the ships waiting to come into Port Rasha to discharge their cargoes. As there was a waiting time in the port, outside the port, for between 100 to 120 days. And if you're paying $5,000 a day for a ship, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
That's a lot of money. So better to pay a little guerrilla outfit like ours with a couple of barges to come and take the cargo off and send the ship away, which is what we did to begin with. And then it developed from there. I looked after the marine. And marine has always been my passion. Ships, boats, yachts. As you can see,
as we can see in your blue eyes.
It
explains.
Well, no, I've done quite a few mega yacht projects. I can't tell you which ones because they're highly confidential.
Okay.
But it's a fascinating industry because you're always dealing with beautiful people in beautiful places, and I love yachts.
That's perfect.
Big motor yachts, big luxury motor yachts, because it attracts beautiful things.
Yeah.
That's why. So from there I was approached one day. We were doing a rig deal to sale and purchase of a rig, a jack-up rig, and at the time the person asked me, could I do anything about getting a license for LIC? And I said, of course, nothing is impossible. As it says in my little thing, nothing is impossible. So from there, I managed to secure the agency for LIC International. We are today their sponsors. They are the world's largest life insurance company in policy number terms. It's owned 100% or 98.5% by the Indian government. Yeah. And their role in the UAE is to provide protection and various products for the NRI community, which make up 65% of the population approximately. And in essence and in truth, I think you could say that they have quasi-built this country through their hard work, their labourers and everything else. So we're very honoured to be their sponsors and their local agents.
That's perfect. So you wrote here, you did not choose this business, it chose you.
That's correct.
Can you explain a bit?
Well, yes. I mean, I knew nothing about life, and honestly, I still don't. I still don't know. Still don't know very much about it.
You can explain the way that you don't need to learn the thing; you have to just work hard on it.
Yeah, when I say it chose me, I was fortunate that I had someone at the time in my office, but serendipity or par chance, as they say in French. Happened to be there and tell me that life insurance business was a very, very lucrative business, very good business. Yeah. So I went to Bahrain, where they head office, the international, and they gave me a year to get the contract, to get the license for the contract. And Saif Al-Gabash was the Minister of Economy then, who were in charge of that sector of the industry. And no, I had a letter from the boss to say, authorize, no. I just kept getting no, until the WTO said, the World Trade Organization said, no, UAE, you must open your insurance business, or your insurance market. And so they let two companies in, One was a company called Ace, an American company, and the other one was, ta-da!
Yeah, Kingstar.
The boys.
So that's great. That's a great story, if we can say. So, Mr. Nick, please tell me, what do you exactly provide here in Kingstar?
We provide the marketing through a direct sales force,
Yeah.
through banks, and through brokers, life insurance products for education, marriage, savings, protection, all the various aspects of the life insurance industry. It's not a most popular thing in the world. It's what they call a push business, because you have to sell it. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to buy life insurance. Please go. No one Googles life insurance, want to buy. So it's really something that you have to sell. You have to go face, and it's a face-to-face thing. You have to know your client and understand your client's requirements, which is the principal thing. But we're agents as opposed to brokers, which is a big difference. We are supposed to be looking after the interests of the insurance company, whereas brokers are supposed to be looking after the interest of the client.
Yeah.
Not always the case. Not always the case. So that's what LIC provide. We do their marketing and we do their administration. We do all the back office. We prepare the checks, the policy documents, all the back office work. So de facto, we're nearly an insurance company, although we're not a licensed insurance company. We do all their work. They just nominate two individuals, resident manager and someone else, and we do the rest.
So, if I can ask you, Mr. Nick, since we're in United Arab Emirates, it's a huge market here. What makes your company special?
It's not a huge market. In life insurance industry, it's small. It's very, very small. If you take the total population of what, 10 million, 11 million?
Yeah.
60% of that is our potential market, half that because of men, women, take another 20% for children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a relatively small market in number terms.
Yeah.
In this business,
Yeah.
it's a bulk business. It's a big number business.
Okay, so in this small market, what makes you special?
I would say because we have probably India's most famous brand name. Everybody, every NRI that I have ever met knows who LIC is. Life Insurance Corporation, LIC.
Yeah.
And I've been known to do a little cocktail party trick where I say, if you can find me an NRI who doesn't know who LIC is, I'll give you 5,000 dirhams. Never paid 5,000 dirhams.
That's
Except
perfect.
one time I got a bit worried when they pulled this guy over and they asked him and he looked blankly at, and I said, LIC, look, what's the lips? LIC, and he couldn't, he just went like that. So and it turned out he was Bangladeshi. So there's no way he would have known anyway. But anyway, I didn't lose 5,000 dirhams. So what makes it special? Because we offer a product which is needed. Okay, people don't like to buy, but it's a requirement through life's travels, through life's journey. Protection for the family, education funding, saving, all these good things. And it's a very, I would say, a negative business. Because you're dealing, they call it life insurance, but in essence it's really death insurance. You die, your family get the money. It's sad, but it's a fact. So we developed something which was called a Kushi. Kushi is Hindi for sweet.
Yeah.
And I developed this doll as a marketing tool to promote the positive aspects of life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And she created the Kushi quotes, which you've taken down. But
we will put this on.
No, but with the Kushi quotes, and I was invited by the Minister of Happiness. In those days, it was a couple of years ago. We had a Minister of Happiness, and I went on to see her with Kushi.
So
yes,
lovely. That's lovely.
So do you want one? We'll give you one if you'd like one.
Thank you so much. So, since you've been here for a really long time, what do you think about the safeties and securities that United Arab Emirates provided, and also the opportunities that they gave you to start your business here?
Well, as I said in my thing, I mean, in the early days, doing business here was a pleasure. I mean, a handshake was worth much more than any piece of paper, and people were reliant on your name and your good word.
Yeah.
And that's slightly changed as more and more international operators.
Yeah, because there's
a lot of
people
bandits coming in, but they welcomed. It was very welcoming, very friendly. I mean, the majlis were well attended, and it was just very pleasant, just very nice, easier to do business now. Now it's all paper, stamps and paper, more paper, and let's have more paper, and then paper on top of that, and let's have some paper on top of that as well. So
it's harder now, but it was easier.
It's becoming more regulated. In those days, if you knew the so-and-so, you could get things done relatively easy. That can't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Which has its positives and its negatives. But
but they need to regulate everything.
Of course. I mean, it's part of the development of the country, and I'd like to say that you can't find better.
Yeah.
And I can't find better. I've been here for 46 years, and the reason I'm here for 46 years is because I'm very comfortable here.
Yeah. So
And they make you feel comfortable as well. It's a very tolerant society. The safety aspects of it, which I've been involved in some time ago during the two Gulf Wars, were paramount. They take this very seriously. And remember that we're surrounded by, dodgy. You have to be a little bit careful. You know what I'm saying.
So anyways, we will thank the government for providing us such opportunity to be sitting with you today and having this great conversation, Mr. Nek.
It's my pleasure.
Before we finish, I want you to tell us where we can find Kingstar. The location.
You're sitting in
The location.
location.
Yeah.
Where else would you be? The Indian life insurance company, where else would you be? You'd have to be in Karama, which is where we are.
Yeah.
But the final paragraph, I think, is the final thing I say about the inspirational and visionary leadership. I mean that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Dubai what it is today.
That's great. So, Mr. Nek, your numbers, websites will be appearing on the screen for an easy contact to you, and I hope the people will have a great time watching your episode. It's nice. So, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And we hope to see you later on.
If there's anything, and by the way, if you'd like to buy a policy on the way out.
Perfect. You're a selling person. So, إلى هنا ونختم حلقتنا لهذا الأسبوع. تابعونا Friday and Saturday. سما العين TV and social media. دمتم بخير وبأمان الله.